Greetings to the world, blessings to everybody, thanks for being here again. Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the Morning Insider. Really appreciate you guys being here again. This is a quick one. I'm going to talk about Romario. I said Romario. I'm going to talk about Javan East. And the other one is Keenan Davis. So Keenan Davis, you don't know, a heritage player born in London, playing overseas in the Italian Serie A. Javan East, young man growing up, in Jamaica, Portmore United. I must say, Calabar, and they don't know the ships already, been there, done that, in the schoolboy football, in cassava football, played for Portmore United, so I think he played for youth team as well, Portmore youth and senior team as well. I might be Stan Curtis for the youth team, but I know definitely he played in the senior team for Portmore United in the RSPL at that time, so big up to Keenan Davis, big up to Javan East, a Rabalak student. You don't know, green and black. Yeah, but listen, I'm going to talk about this one. It might be sensitive to a lot of reggaeboyz fans, especially the ones that who really put a very hard hatred on local born player. You see that they playing in the Jamaican Premier League, or they playing overseas in some other European countries, or wherever in the Americas region, in Asia, wherever all over the world. Some people just don't want any local players in the squad. They just decide, listen, these guys are not good enough. Yeah, but this is not the place for you guys to be. I can say it from now. So Javan East, playing in the Israel Premier League, just like Trevante Stewart at this moment, and I must say, like, listen. We ask for the players to play minutes, and if there's a striker, we ask the players to put the ball in the back of the net. Javan East has gone double digit in appearances this season. I think around 13 in our competition. I think it's around 13. Yeah. And also he put the ball in the back of the net 8 times for his club. Scored in the last fixture. Yes, scored in the last fixture and also missed a penalty. But that's not going to take away, the praise that Javan East should get. Yes, you can talk about, his deficiencies. Yes, you can talk about his off the field, stuff that happened in the past. There's quite a few players that have off the field issues that continue to play for the national team, and we continue, to call for them to be in the national team. So I don't think just off the field issue, should keep a player away, because many players come and go having these issues. The great Marlon King, Nandelo, Walter Boy, you name it, have off the field issue in the black, green, and gold shirt. But it's just how you deal with it in the long term. So, this can be sustainable and it can be manageable around the group of players that's going to get picked in the squad. So would have seen even the reports or the video that circulate with Javan East and Leon Bailey in that video talking about whatever. And we still accept, LB31. Though he talks something in the public and some things in the private, which we don't know, but we still accept whatever he say. Yeah. So I'm saying Javan East is doing himself a massive favor. Yeah. This player is doing himself a massive favor. He's putting himself out there in the limelight. I don't know which player in the world that is playing at that level and not getting picked for their national team don't want to be in the setup. Javan East would have loved to be in the national setup. Yeah, you'd have loved to be in the national setup. Whenever there's a call for Javan East, he's going to run with it. Will accept it. He's going to come up. He's going to turn up and play with his heart and his sleeve. Regardless of what happened in the past. But many people would say Javan East, miss a lot of opportunity. For me, if my strikers are not getting themselves into goal scoring position, I can't look at that striker as if he's doing something good. If you're not putting yourself in the right goal scoring position, how can you get the ball in the back of the net? There's loads of striker miss opportunity. There's no striker in this world. Yeah, none is perfect. Not even Cristiano Ronaldo. They are not perfect. They miss loads of opportunities at times in season. There's so many big miss from some of the best finishers in the world, but it's how you bounce back. It's how you improve yourself. And Javan East is a player. Even before he was playing in the Israel Premier League, he was in the Central American region playing Costa Rica, especially for the biggest club over there, which regardless for most people, Saprissa, was one of the best number 9 in Central America at one point. Javan East once was the best number 9 in Central America at one point. Nearly scored 100 goals for Saprissa. Or if it go over 100, I count around 92. And have over 230 plus appearances in Central American, in the Costa Rican top tier division also. And I think he played for like 3 or 4 different clubs over there. So he have put in his work, and he is a lethal goal scorer in this region. Now he went abroad. He's doing it in Israel. He signed up with the team, Apoel, on a short-term deal. His first season, I think it was a half season, didn't really work out properly, but he get a full pre-season, a full season, and you could see what Javan East is doing at this moment. So I'm saying that Javan East, players like these that's around the world, have Jamaican nationality, who have a Jamaican passport ready to go, they should be at least considered to say, okay, is he fit the right profile for what we want for the national team? I don't want to hear anything, because we don't have a lot of strikers out there at this moment are performing at the high level like Trevante Stewart and Javan East in the Israel Premier League. If you remove Roman Borrell, from the limelight, who else out there scoring the goals? Who else out there scoring the goals? Who else playing week and week out, match after match, Who else is putting in the performances and getting the minutes consistently and performing in a very good European league? Nobody else, especially Trevante, just signed for, Maccabi, playing in the Conference League, show his talent, stand up there as well. So I said, like, Javan East is doing himself a massive favor, and it shouldn't be a problem if the coaching staff for the national team want to go ahead and recruit Javan East for the upcoming FIFA window, because he is doing something that we have no other striker. Borrell is doing exceptionally well. Kadama Thierry, fall off track. Big Bowser maybe on the search of finding a new club, not getting the minutes, when the season was on in Mexico. So, and Mikel Antonio, we God know what he wants to do with his career. There's not a lot of people out there. Warner Brown is just getting back into his rhythm. But I'm just saying, Javan East is playing at a decent level where at least he should be considered to see if he fit the right profile for Rudolph Speed and Miguel Cole. Regardless of the off the pitch, situation, because loads of players have off the field issue and they still getting picked, international windows after international windows. So now Keenan Davis, a player, a very well known Italian club, Udinese. Every time when I call Udinese name, you have to big up, Di Natale, very good Italian striker. So moving on, so Keenan Davis, playing at a very good level. A lot of people, out there would have loved to see a Keenan, 27 years old, and this player, he's not going to be nowhere near this England team. There's so many different strikers right now in front of him in the England selection, especially with him playing in Udinese, yeah, playing in Smalling, was playing at Roma. Roma was fighting for Champions League position, playing in the Champions League as well, European trophy. And they overlook Chris Smalling when he was actually playing as one of the best English defender at the moment. Tomari, I think that's his name, playing for AC Milan at one time during their first win, with the Scudetto, was playing very well. And he get overlooked at times. And he was arguably one of the best English centre-half out there. So Keenan Davis, is where he's playing at this moment in the Italian Serie A. The player might back himself. Yeah, the player might back himself and say, hey, listen, I can play very good this season at Udinese. And then I can get a transfer back into my homeland in England to a Premier League club. And from there, I can kick on and see what can happen. But if the player is not considered at this moment, I don't know. I'm just saying, if the player not even considering to play for the black, green and gold, I don't want to do at this given moment in his career when he is 27. A very good player, especially in the last couple of seasons. Keenan Davis have improved massively on his touch. I remember back in his days at Aston Villa playing under Dean Smith. He was like, I think he was even more worse than Mikel Antonio with the ball at his feet. Touches, ball, everything was so poor. He was a strong, powerful figure. He's very explosive. If you give him the goal, he will take it. But no, what you see with Keenan Davis, he look more refined. Especially the ball handling with his feet. Have a little bit more skill and technical ability about him as well. He's scoring different types of goals. He's cutting ball from behind. He's doing all sorts of skills with his feet at this moment. So he's an improved player. So I'm not banging on the door said, we should not take the player. If the player want to come, then that's great for the national team. That's great because he's a very good high-profile player at this moment. But we cannot just looking at these players and trying to persuade these players while we still have a lot of room to improve on. When you have players, like Roman Burrell scoring, you have Bailey Kadamati who have a very good high ceiling, have potential, but need to get put and placed in the right system of what you really want from him up front. You have Javante Stewart improve as well. You would have seen that over the years have improved massively, in terms of using both feet, getting himself into dangerous area. And I don't want to hear it. Oh, they miss a lot of chance. Strikers going to miss a lot of chance. They are strikers. They get paid to score. They are scoring. Yes, they can score more. But hopefully, gradually, as the season goes by, they can improve and cut down on the big miss during the season. So players, man, they're going to miss opportunity, but you want your strikers to put yourself in the right goal scoring position. Keenan Davis as well. I've watched him a few times this season, and he got opportunities, but guess what? He missed it. We are human beings. We're going to make mistakes. We are not perfect. You understand? So I'm just saying, man, there's other player out there that just like Javan East, who is playing at a very decent level, who have got overlooked numerous occasions, might not be a striker, might not be a midfielder, might not be a defender, he could be a goalkeeper or something, whatever. Players like these should at least consider to say, okay, will these guys fit the profile, rather than making the jump and trying to persuade some people that they trying to think twice. You don't want anybody at this moment to think twice if they should come and represent the national team. They should know that, listen, I want to come and represent the national team. Then you're going to get you're going to get the passion out of them playing for the national team. So moving forward, man, if we can get Keenan Davis, that would be a very good recruit. Especially, look at Burrell. Who would have known Burrell without really come this good at this moment at his career, for Queen's Park Rangers. All the players them need a chance at any given time. And we can recruit Keenan Davis. and it don't work out for him because guess what? We might not have the right possible system can put him in. We probably not even have the midfielders to really, to set the game alight and to set the tempo and to give him the ball. We probably don't have the perfect wingers to to deliver the ball over from the wing areas or the fullback delivering the ball from the wing areas as well. So I mean, he can come and he can be a flop, but still play good for his club team. And that will be another case story to study of why an overseas heritage player play good for their club team, but play rubbish for the national team. So we should recruit with a structure and a plan. Which player will fit the criteria? But all I'm saying that Javan East is doing himself a massive favor. He's doing himself, to at least have himself in the limelight. If he going to get called upon, he deserves it because he's playing minutes and he's getting the goals and he's doing very well in his performance and his link-up play has improved as well. You understand? His link-up play has improved. So player is delivering a goal on and on the pitch and he's assisting his teammate as well. Same so with Keenan Davis. I remember leaving Aston Villa. Keenan Davis, and I think he went to Nottingham Forest. Yeah, he went to Nottingham Forest to play in the championship to help to bring them back up, as a high-profile youngster coming from Aston Villa. It didn't work out. It didn't work out at him at Watford. Yes, he would have scored a few goals, I think 7 goals for Watford, and then get his move. And then, he scored and his debut for Udinese and saved the team from not getting relegation. So he's a good player. He's improved. He's improved massively over the years. I never know he would have come this far. To be honest, that's why it's not good to write off player. Players have room for improvement. And Keenan Davis is a player that have room for improvement. Even though maybe this season, if he continue to score goals, which injured have always played a part in Keenan Davis' career. If he can play the full season and stay healthy and stay fit, then listen, man, why not? You can get a bigger, contract at a bigger Seria A club or a Premier League club come calling, but because the structure is there, the physicality is there, the explosiveness is there. Like, he's very strong, he's quick, and his technical ability with the ball at his feet is there. He can kick with both feet now. He's a little bit more clinical, in front of goal. So I don't see why a club wouldn't take the risk and a Keenan Davis, just like a Javan East. I wouldn't see why another club, in Europe, wouldn't take a risk or the club go ahead and to extend his contract, which is wire and done. So bless upon yourself, man. Let me know what you think in the comment section, yeah? Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate it. Ciao.